Welcome to the Humans and Life unit. This unit is all about what makes organisms look different and how they work. There's of course variation between individuals in all types of living things, plants, animals, and people. But what causes these differences? In middle school, we're starting to deepen students' vision of cause and effect relationships, and the unit starts with a simple cause and effect relationship that inheritance leads to variation. But the power of cause and effect diagrams like these is that you can add a box. How does inheritance cause variation? Well, by changing the genetic code. We also learn that variation can actually alter the pattern of what gets inherited through natural selection, a feedback mechanism in our cause and effect diagram. And lastly, that people can affect inheritance through artificial selection and the genetic code through genetic engineering. In high school, students are going to keep adding boxes. How does inheritance cause differences in DNA? How do differences in DNA lead to differences that are expressed in variation? That's what science is all about, adding boxes as we expand our understanding. Let's look at how all this fits together in this unit, chapter by chapter. In chapter 1, we kick off with the phenomenon of the Irish potato famine and discover that a lack of diversity within a species can be a big problem. Then we switch over to looking at the wide variety of organisms that exist in Texas and beyond, and how people organize the similarities and differences between them. Now, some of these species are endangered, and the challenge for the unit is to learn enough that we can do a better job protecting them. To explain the differences between individual potatoes or individual people, we look at the fundamentals of how genetic code is passed from parent to offspring during reproduction during chapter 2. Then we look at natural selection and artificial selection. We gain the overall picture that environmental changes and people can shift variation. These shifts can help a population survive or doom it to fail. We shift gears from the survival of populations to the survival of individual organisms in chapter 4. Just like populations depend on complex ecosystem interactions, individuals have interactions within themselves. Students are going to research the body's subsystems and how they interact with one another to explain different behaviors, whether it's a gymnast doing flips or an ocelot in South Texas stalking prey. And in the last chapter of our unit, students adopt a specific endangered organism. They'll make a documentary educating others about how the organism is threatened and what's causing the problem. And then they'll propose a solution and convince others to adopt it. By the end of the unit, students have explored the diversity of life and how humans impact it. We hope that they're inspired to make their impact a positive one. So let's get started.